Fight Dogs presents Pick Dogs Best MMA Show, UFC 285, MMA Locker Room right here. It's around 9 o'clock my time, Cali. Brad, what you got going on? What's your timestamp?
Yes, sir. Yup. Out here in Denver, 10:09 a.m. to be exact. I mean, man, we got a fire card. I mean, this is probably my favorite card of the year. Mr. John Jones coming back. Who would have thought? Super pumped for it. How do you feel about this card?
Man, I'll be honest, man. This card is stacked. Head to toe. You got people fighting on the prelims that should be fighting at a co-main event spot on a typical fight night. Then you got people fighting on the prelims, who has a higher ranking than some of these people that's even fighting on the main card. Like, I mean, Bo Nickel is fighting on the main card. Guy just got signed. You know what I mean? Has 3 professional fights, and he's replacing people like Derek Brunson and Driscus Duplessis and Amanda Ribas. So that's how you know, man. This card is stacked, man. But this card is stacked. Last week it was all right. We made some little money. You had a good week right there. How'd you do
hmm
last week?
Yeah, man. I just kept it light. I had Jordan Levitt on a premium, so that was big there. I mean, that dude, he's an interesting cat, but he could fight. So, he's won me money a couple times, so I have no complaints.
Got it. Yeah, and I was on the Monkey King too, man. I had him as a
Yeah.
premium as well. So, oh yeah, man. Like they say out there, can't make money on last week's bet. So hey, man, we out here for this weekend trying to give you guys our best bets, our best plays, our best props, and you know trying to give you guys some last minute looks to get you on top, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you want to start getting through this thing? It's a
Man,
little
let's do
laggy,
it. Let's
but
do it. Go ahead. How many fights we
I'll,
got on the card? Any prelims you like on there?
yeah, we can start off with some
Oh,
prelims.
okay.
I was kind of hearing. I wanted to hear how you feel about that Cody Garbrandt fight. I know which way I'm leaning, but I kind of want to get a feeler on that.
Man, so Cody Garbrandt, man, he had his whole life crash upon him right now. Got divorced, sold the house. I think he's on like a 3 fight losing streak, I don't even think he got any friends no more in the UFC. It just seems like he's all by himself nowadays. But let's talk about the bets because that's what they're here for. Opened up at a minus 160. Now he closed at a minus 180. I think that the opponent that he's facing was handpicked for him. Trevin Jones was cut from the UFC. Only got brought back to the UFC to fight Cody Garbrandt. Why? Because the guy that Cody Garbrandt, Ronnie Yaya, was supposed to fight, pulled out. So this is a fight that was tailor made for Cody Garbrandt to win. But can you trust that chin? I'm a Cody Garbrandt fan. No love for fake thugs. That's his little quote out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him this last chance, Cody Garbrandt. But the bet that I like in this one, I like the over 1.5 at a minus 140, Brad.
Okay, I like that. I mean, I'm gonna roll with Trevin Jones here. I mean, he did get cut, but he's had some good fights in the past. I mean, beating Mario Batista is not an easy task. I mean, he's on a skid right now, and I think he knows this is his last chance to stay in the UFC. I can't trust Cody Garbrandt with that chin. I think it's going to be a fun fight, but I like Trevin Giles to get a knockout. I feel like the odds are kind of decent on that. Let's see. Yeah, you can get like plus 325. So it's a little prop I like there to sprinkle on that. It's going to be a fun fight. Even though Cody Garbrandt, he's kind of fallen off. His fights are fun to watch, so I'm pumped for that one. Um, let's see though. You got any other prelims you feeling, or you want to just get right into this main card?
Man, the prelims, yeah, man. Dricus Duplessis takes him on Derek Brunson,
hmm
man. Last year until in Vegas. He must have hit this guy 65 times and Darren Till didn't hit him back. I'm a Drisky Duplessis backer. He opened up at a minus 230. He's coming down to a minus 200. The only thing about it is that all the opponents that he fought only shot about 2 takedowns. Derek Brunson averages 3 takedowns per fight. So if he can stop those takedowns, I think that's one of the plays that I really like. I played him straight at minus 200. I ain't advising y'all to do that because it's a risky fight. I like Drisky Duplessis to win inside the distance in that one, and that's going to be the main event on the prelims.
hmm Yeah, no, I'm leaning Drixus as well. He looked really good in that Darren Till fight. Derek Brunson, I mean, he's definitely dangerous if he could get Driscus on the ground and kind of use that ground and pound game there. But I think Driscus is just going to be too strong, too explosive for him. So yeah, I see Driscus getting a finish as well. You could get the TKO at plus 132 around 130, 132. So that's not bad odds there. So yeah, that should be a good one as well. Let's see. Any other prelims on here you feeling?
It's a few, but not really. I do like the Rivas and Viviano fight. I got a
Mm-hmm.
premium in that. If I get a little choppy, just take it over in this
Yep.
area. But yeah. Besides that, man, let's just get it on to the main card.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, you brought up this fight right away. We got Bo Nickel um, versus Jamie Pickett. I mean, these odds are absolutely insane. Let's see what they're at now. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. So right now, I mean, you could
So
find it.
yeah.
Do you know the odds?
Man, bro, so Bo
It's
Nickel
crazy.
opened up. Check this out. Opened up 2 months ago. Like when this, all right. So this fight was supposed to take place about 3 months ago. 2.5 months ago. It got scheduled. It got rescheduled. He was a minus 1,800 then. It got rebooked, and now he's a minus 2,000 favorite, folks. A minus 2,000 favorite. Yeah. I know a lot of people that got him parlayed. Just to do it, just to say, hey, I got him. But I just look at it like this: when you parlay a minus 1,800, minus 1,500, honestly, it's just for your ego. It's just for your ego. It's not adding nothing. I'm being honest, man.
Hmm.
Unless you're putting a thousand on a parlay like that, it's just for your ego. So don't include Bo Nickel in your parlay. Instead, we got some props for you guys. But yeah, man, Bo Nickel, man. I mean, he's as advertised though, man. He's the goods. The best wrestler out there from Penn State. Came in the Contender Series, made his debut. Fight didn't last past a minute and 35 seconds. Second time out, did the same thing. He has power. A lot of people are saying, hey, if he doesn't get you to the ground, if he stays on the feet, I don't know about that, man. He has power. He already won by a knockout too. Jamie Pickett on the other side, he just ain't good. I'm gonna just keep it like that. Yeah, I'm not even gonna steer you wrong or anything like this, but I mean, it's been within the last 2 years, I won money on Jamie Pickett, I think once against forget the guy's name, but it was against somebody. Majority of the other times I fade him. So I do think this though, man. I think Jamie Pickett's gonna come out there and try to fight this kid, try to fight this man, try to fight this boy, whatever you want to say. So ah I'll just say it like this, man. All right, fuck it. I'll give it out. Yeah, man. I got Bo Nickel to win by submission. That's
Hmm.
one of my player props that I got right there. It's like at a minus 170 out there. So yeah, I got Bo Nickel to win by sub.
Yeah, I got a couple parlays going on this card, and I do have Bo Nickel via sub on one of my parlays, so I do like that. Um, I'm kind of leaning fight starts round two. I mean, you're getting plus odds for that. I don't love that shit though. I'm not gonna lie. I could see Bo Nickel just taking his ass down right away and just choking him real quick. Um, I mean, other than that, man, I feel like there's not much to lay on this fight just with these odds. Do you like just a little sprinkle on the plus 950 or whatever you could get it on with Jamie? It's a cage fight,
So
you know. It's a cage fight.
now when they ask, all right. So a lot of people want to know. Shout out to all the 24 live viewers right now, man. If you guys are in the comment, just hit that like right now. We're doing this right in the meantime for you guys in between time. Let us know your plays in your comments too, and any fights that you guys like out there, and we could go over those too. So when you ask me, there's always a saying, who could be the parlay apple pie shitter? You know, and I will say, just based upon, Jamie Pickett and I think Bo Nickel of what the lack of that we've seen, yes, I would sprinkle a little bit of money on Jamie Pickett at plus 900. Just based off of this though. Like if it goes to that second round, we just don't know what we're gonna see as the fight goes out. Like if you're standing on your feet and just striking for 8 minutes, it might show and look to where it's like, okay, I really only know my jab, cross, uppercut combos. I don't really know how to stop short elbows in the clinch. So that can play a part too. But yeah, to me, it's two people on here with price tags that's real high. I'm on the opposite side, but I ain't mad at anybody giving the other fighters money.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, no, it should be an interesting fight. I mean, I feel like Bo Nickel is the truth. This is a big test for him. He's not on the contender series anymore, so should be interesting. Moving on though, we got a fight that I'm super excited about. We got Gamera versus the Tarantula, Jalen Turner. I know you're a Jalen Turner guy. I remember I faded him. I think it was the Brad Riddell fight or something. And you took Jalen. I won't forget that one. But shit, man. Yeah, we got a good one here. Odds right now, it looks like Gamrot coming in at a minus 225 favorite. Jalen Turner a plus 185 dog. 185 dog. Who you feeling in this one?
I'll be honest with you, man. I like both these fighters. I
Mm-hmm.
bet both these fighters. I call both these fighters my fighters. Martez Gamrot, man, the guy's wrestling is on a different level. His pedigree is just there. Last time out, he faced Beneil Dariush. Tough task. I had Martez Gamrot in there. Paid a nice little price tag on a premium for him. He didn't pull out the fight for me against Beneil Dariush. Another fighter that I usually always betting back. He's from my city too, out here in Yorba Linda. Benair Dariush, but he was coming off a layoff. So, I had to go with the guy that was more recent, more active. Brings me to this fight right here. Jalen Turner was supposed to be fighting Dan Hooker. Okay, Martez Gamrot took the fight because Dan Hooker pulled out. I was all over Jalen Turner over that Dan Hooker fight, man. He was gonna be flying out there to Australia or something to
Mm-hmm.
fight him in London. It was gonna be nice. Martez Gamron's name gets mentioned. I start seeing around on the circuits and stuff, and I hit him up. I'm like, hey, Jalen. I'm like, hey, shit. So it's Gamrot. I'm like, Gamrot's the next victim. This is before the fight got announced. Because I be in the locker rooms and stuff, hearing little things, and he didn't reply back. Next thing you know, 2 days later, fight announced. It's Martez Gamrot.
Damn.
It is what it is, man. It comes down to this, man. The betting odds, you got Mateus Gamrot at a minus 230. The comeback on Jalen Turner's at a plus 185. Man, this boy Jalen Turner's on a 5 fight win streak. Finished all his last 5 opponents. Last 5 times you got him, you had to pay a hefty price. Big favorite. Now he's an underdog, plus 185 on some sites.
You gonna take him?
Man, tell you like this, man. So I hit him up on Twitter. I said, hey, man, I know you're busy right now. I already got an interview with him once, a segment called The Winner's Circle after he won his fight. So I hit him up on Twitter, and said, hey, I know you're busy right now, but after you get this win, let's touch down in the winner's circle. He said, much love, no problem. So you know what I'm rocking with, man. Let's go ahead, man.
Understood.
And
Okay.
yeah, I guess I just let one of the premiums out, bro. So yeah,
Hey.
man. Uh, I'm 100% biased on this, but now let me play the how I see this fight playing out, because
Mm-hmm.
bias is one thing, but believing him is another thing too. Yes, I'm biasing him. Why? For a couple of reasons. For one, I won money with him the last 5 times. For two, I actually believe in his skills and think that the journey that he's on right now bring up fights to where he was taken down by certain wrestlers and stuff. This is a young fighter to where certain fighters don't actually go into the gym and try to develop and get better and work on their weaknesses. Trust me when I say this. The last year and a half, this guy's been working on all his weaknesses. Had a couple of injuries, taking time off, but all throughout those times, he's working on his takedown defense. He's implementing wrestling into his game. Jalen Turner used to go out in these fights and just headhunt, just go out there and try to strike. Then he started implementing the wrestling, the takedowns, the jiu-jitsu and stuff. The guy's frame is ridiculous for this weight class. So that was one of the things that I used to always tell him too. Like, hey man, use the wrestling, use your size that you got. He's been doing that the last year and a half. He's been evolving his game, getting better. So if you mean to tell me that his only weaknesses is takedown defenses, and if he gets taken down, I ain't worried about that much, because he's facing a guy to where once he gets taken down, Gamrot, he doesn't hold his opponents down. Opponents are usually able to get up, and he doesn't have that vicious ground and pound or, just I'm going to take you down and submit you. So, look, hear me out, man. When you're going for those takedowns, my man specializes black belt in jiu-jitsu. Man, he can just go ahead and get that neck and crank that soldier boy. If not, I'm going to go ahead and call it like this. Round two, knee. He gonna knock him out with a knee, not a flying knee. He's just gonna jump into him and just knee, and that's it, man. So yeah, man. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, I'm gonna sound real good, right?
Yeah, for real. All right, no, I like it, man. I mean, I think Jalen Turner is for sure a live dog. If you look at Gamrot's last couple fights, I mean, that fight against Armin was an absolute war. Dariush was an absolute war. He's took some damage in his last couple fights. That Dariush fight wasn't too long ago either, and yeah, this is a short notice fight as well. So there's a lot of factors pointing in favor for Jalen Turner in here when you just look at just how things go in fights. I mean, it's been like he's had only had like 3 to 4 weeks to prepare for this fight, so I think Jalen Turner is definitely a live dog. I'm leaning Gamrot though, to be honest. I mean, I think he's just a better all around fighter. I think that wrestling is going to play a huge key in this. I think Gamrot. I mean, his nickname's the Gamer. The boy just fights. I mean, I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think he's the type of guy where it matters if it's a short notice fight or not. So I'm leaning Gamrot. I'm leaning decision. I think it's going to be a super high level technical fight. I think both fighters are going to have their moments, but I think Gamrot just barely gets a decision win here. I think it's going to be close. I think you could either judge it for either fighter, but yeah, I'm going to roll with game right here.
Yeah, like I said, I hear it 100% too, and it's the same thing. I could make a strong case for Gamrot all day in there, you know. So yeah, like it's one of those. Is the sound still good? Because I did something to where I switched off Bluetooth to the car Bluetooth. Just want to make sure.
The sound changed up a little. I would say it's a little less quality. So yeah,
I mean,
I can still hear you, but it's a little less quality. I would say. You gonna switch it back? I could get this next fight going while Mills messes with his sound there. We got Jeff Neal versus Shavkat. I mean, Shavkat did I mean, this guy, man, 16-0. What is it? Eight wins by KO, 8 wins by submission. Super all around guy. The odds right now, Shavkat a -550 favorite on DraftKings. Jeff Neal coming in at a +380 dog. Yeah, man, this one's gonna be crazy. You hear me all good now, Mills?
All good,
Okay, yep,
man. We
you good.
talking about a guy who has 100% finish rate out here. You know, 100% finish rate, 16 fights, 16 finishes. I mean, even he splits them up too. I think 8 KOs, 8 subs or something, man. I mean, the guy's just diverse. Now, when it comes down to it, man, I've been rocking with this guy for the last 2.5 years. He comes out rocking a dead animal as a hat, the Davy Crockett hat. I got one of those. So, he made his debut. I pulled the hat out. I've been rocking with it ever since. Shavkat Rakhmonov. Oh, god damn, man. He's going to be challenging for that belt, I would say, in the next 2 fights. Plain and simple. Jeff Neal on the other side, man, let's go ahead and give him some credit, man. He was an underdog versus Vicente Luque. Came out there, pulled that out. He's been an underdog his last couple of fights. Pulled fights out against Ponzinibbio, even though I thought Ponzinibbio won that fight. Now let's dig a little bit deeper, man. I know a lot about this guy, man. Kevin Holland beat him in LFA before they even made their rise to the rankings in UFC. How do I know that? Because my guy Curtis Millender beat Kevin Holland, so I was doing tape study from then. Man, I'm talking about the list goes on. So I've been watching this guy. Hands of steel, man, he puts on for Texas, man. He's one of those guys. Has some few health issues out there, though, to where, he has problems making weight, and he has some other problems actually with his health. So, you just want to hope that he's all right. With everything going on with people out there like Rumble Johnson, RIP. But this is a guy, man. He's a real man. This guy barely quit his job like a year and a half ago. He was still working at like a steak restaurant. You know what I mean?
Texas
Like just for
Roadhouse.
the yeah, just for like the what is it called? The insurance benefits and everything like that, and just to keep the work money flow coming in. But in this fight, man, he's gonna have the world against him right here. Missed weight by a big weight, man. He missed weight by 5 pounds. Hopped on the scale 175. Gave up 30% of his perch. Whew, gotta hurt. So the fight goes on. If you ask me though, man, Shavkat Rakhmonov, he was a strong parlay piece. I parlayed him early on. I did the bulletproof parlay. He was one leg in a parlay. But check this out. That 550, he dropped all the way to a -450 2 days ago. Now he's gonna be back at that 550 because Jeff Neal missed weight. Um, okay, cool. I don't have it on this one. So all right, cool. I got it on 2 other ones, so I'll just give it out. It was gonna be a premium. I like Shavkat Rakhmonov to win inside the distance. You can get that at a -145 all the way up to a -160. Shop around for the best line. But yeah, I like Shavkat Rakhmonov to win inside the distance. We'll tell you this, Brad, because we talked about it earlier. That's the other guy that I like to sprinkle some money on, Jeff Neal, man. Like Rakhmonov, he's been rocked a couple of times. Jeff Neal, hands are still real deal. Great takedown defense too. This is one of those fights just like the Bo Nickel one. If it goes to that third round, Rakhmonov is not going to look the same on the feet at all. And Jeff Neal, once he starts feeling himself, he gets this little like vibe going, it could look like a whole different thing. So if you ask me who to sprinkle on the big underdogs, I would say Jeff Mills would definitely one of the big underdogs to sprinkle on. But I'm riding with my guy Shavkat Rakhmonov to win inside the distance.
Yeah, no, I like it. I mean, I'm going Shavkat too, but I feel you, Jeff Neal. I mean, he has that nasty left hand, that nasty left high kick. So, I mean, if this gets later in the rounds, like you said, it could get dangerous with Shavkat. But I mean, we saw Jeff Neal lose to Neil Magny. We saw Shavkat destroy Neil Magny. I mean, MMA math, it doesn't always work, but if you watch those two fights, it's pretty wild just the difference how the outcomes win in those ones. I don't think we see Jeff Neal get smoked on the feet here. I think he's going to be competitive on the feet, but I think Shavkat will get him on the mat at some point. I'm leaning Shavkat via sub at plus 200. I also like the inside the distance, but I think Jeff Neal's a tough guy. I don't know if he gets slept in this one, but I could see him getting choked out. So I'm going to take Shavkat plus via the sub here. I have that in a parlay as well. So I have a long shot parlay with that. I got Bo Nickel via sub, a couple other things. So, we'll see. But I think Shavkat is the truth. I would love to see. I don't know if Shemaev ever goes down to welterweight, but I think Shavkat versus Shemaev would be just an absolute crazy fight. I don't even know how that would be, but yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one here.
Hey Brad, so I just gotta do some breaking news right now, some update,
Hmm.
from Mitchy Pucks out here, I hit him up just right now, letting him know about, the live show and stuff. He said, I'm at the airport right now. John Joe's doctor is sitting across from me talking about his lab tests on the phone. They're concerned about his lab tests. He put on a
Oh,
lot of weight.
damn, for real.
So like listen to this right here. If something was to happen to where it's like, fight get cancer or something, this or that, and I just broke the news right there, bro. And
Yo, fight
bro.
dogs to
But
the
yeah,
moon.
but yeah, Mitchy's in the game, bro. He's over here. He's flying to Vegas right now. So he's
Uh,
like, yeah, he's like, John Jones' doctor is flying over there on the same thing with him, and he overheard him talking about lab tests, and
oh
he
god,
put on a lot of weight. They're concerned. I'm just like, dang, all right, let me
damn.
relate some breaking news, but.
Shit.
But yeah, man. Yeah, I think we called this one right. Let me ask you though, what's round two to start?
Round two to start. Let's see here.
Cause I
Round minus 190. So a little juice, but
no, never mind. If I'm gonna lay that juice, I'm gonna just go ahead with the Rockmon inside. But
yeah.
okay.
You think
Well,
it hits round three
shit.
though?
That's what I'm getting at. I
Hmm.
don't know if it hits all the way to round two, round three. I like maybe over 1.5,
Hmm.
but I'll be honest with you though, man. It's one of those things to where when the main card comes, I usually do this. I'm always a round three or round two start. That's how I really made my start in this betting shit. I used to
Hmm.
always have these round three starts, and everybody like, "Where'd you get that line from? Where is that?" I have over 1.5. I have over 2.5. A lot of people don't have round three to start,
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I made my mark back in the day and stuff. But got away from kind of playing that as much. But on this main card, yeah, man, I kind of have a ladder process to where it's like, all right, ladder that round two to start. Cool,
Hmm.
later chalk to talk. Play that round three to start. Ooh, got some little plus money. And if you kind of do that on the main card, you might make out, pretty usually make out right. You know what I mean? Me and my terms. So that's what I usually do. But yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like those prop bets too. Those round two, round threes to start. I mean, I've made some good money on those as well. I mean, some books don't have them. That is the shitty thing. But if you do have them, it's not a bad play at all. I actually like those better than the over 1.5, over 2.5 personally. So totally
Yep,
agree there. Yeah.
exactly.
Well, let's roll on to this co-main event, man. This is one I'm excited about as well. I mean, I love when Valentina Shevchenko fights, but she's got a tough opponent in Alexa Grasso. The odds, it looks like it's a minus, let's see, a minus 750 right now for Shevchenko, plus 500 for Alexa Grasso. What you feeling in this one?
Dum dum dum. Alexa Grasso finally gets her shot at the title. I guess she deserves it because there's really nobody to fight for it. Let's just
Yeah.
talk about the betting lines. Valentina Shevchenko opened up at a minus 650, minus 550, I think. I think that 550 was a little bit too low, just based on where she usually opens up at against other opponents. Now she's at a minus 800, 900. Sounds about right for me. All right, man. Shevchenko's one leg in my bulletproof parlay. Yes, I laid a minus 550 parlayed with another heavy chalk fart favorite again. I got this thing I call bulletproof parlay, Kevlon Dawn. It's one of a parlay that I try to make to where, hey, whatever happens, it can't lose. In other words, you can shoot shots, but they just gonna bounce off. So that's why it's called bulletproof. But ain't nothing bulletproof, when it comes to MMA, because anything can happen. But ain't shit happening in this one, Brad. So go ahead, man. I like Shevchenko
Mhm.
in this one. I got a premium play on this one as well. Alexa Grasso struggles with takedowns, struggles when she gets down on the ground to get back up. Been subbed a couple of times. One of those girls to where she just doesn't have that vicious it factor that I'm gonna go out there and put on a show. I'm gonna go out there and go to knock you out. It's kind of just I'm going through the motions. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna go through my game plan. I'm gonna go through my reads. Valentina ain't on that, man. She wants to make a statement in this one. Aaron Blanchfield is calling her out. And yes, Aaron Blanchfield is the girl. That's my girl right there. Shout out to her for giving me that money against Andrade. Told y'all, don't doubt her. But yeah, man. So she's talking big about Aaron Blanchfield not being, rightfully the next one to fight for the title. She's already looking ahead of there. So I think she's gonna be coming out here to put on a show. I don't think that she wants this one to go the whole 25 minutes, Brad. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, shout out Eric Estes in the chat. He's got Shevchenko and the fight doesn't go distance, and that's exactly what I got as well. I mean, Shevchenko, we saw in her last fight against Talia Santos, like she is beatable. I mean, that was a really close fight. I just don't think Alexa Grasso is the girl to beat Valentina Shevchenko. I think this is a good matchup for her. I mean, everyone's talking about Alexa Grasso's boxing, but I think Shevchenko will dominate on the feet, and if it hits the ground, it's not going to be good. So I like Valentina Shevchenko inside the distance. This should have been a premium pick, but you get that at like minus 138 right now, I believe, minus 135. So I think that's I think that's good value right there. That's actually not a bad play at all. I'm actually right after this. I'm gonna throw a little cash on that. So yeah, I love that play there. Shout out
Man,
our
my
boy
man Brad, a
Noah in
man of the
there.
people.
Yeah, hey man, I'm just throwing them out. I'm throwing them out. Hey, speaking of premiums though, what do you got on the side if you want to promote some stuff real quick before
Oh
we get
man,
into
you
this
guys
main
gotta check
event?
out the site right now, man. Pick
Mhm.
dogs, man. We got it all right now, man. Not just MMA related, man. Brad's doing his thing, college basketball right now. You got NBA out there too. Get your feet wet. So I got one play in the NBA. I got one college basketball bet up there. I got four straight bets on the UFC card. Then I got two props on there. So I got six total bets up there. Best value, just go ahead and get that 3 day pass, or just wait a little bit longer. I'm gonna put all these picks in some packages for you guys too. Three picks for 35 can't go wrong. Got to win two to get your money guaranteed. If not, get your money back in credit. Go out here and get some more picks. So yeah, man, I got a total of six UFC picks, two basketball plays today. But yeah, man, this is the time, man. I'm trying to tell you this card, man. We ain't taking no losses.
Yup. Yeah, I got eight plays today, seven in college basketball. It's March Madness, baby, my favorite time of the year. So super pumped on that. And then I got my so I got seven plays college basketball. Got my best bet in college basketball. That's on the site for $15. I feel like that's the best play to get for me right now. And then I got my best UFC play as well on there. So be sure to check that out. But no further ado, man. We got the main event. The man John Jones. First of all, man, how do you feel about John Jones? I know a lot of people hate him. They love him. You John Jones guy? Okay, okay, good, good, good. I'm a John Jones guy personally as well. Like I mean all the bullshit in the past. I mean he's the goat, so I feel like he's the LeBron of this shit. So I gotta fuck with John Jones.
Look, so when it comes down to it, man, check this out. There's plenty of people that do bad stuff in this world, and we don't know about it. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's plenty of people that do bad stuff in this world, and we do know about it. And life goes on. But, the thing is this: I follow these people and what they do and what their sport is. Like when that stuff was going on with Kobe Bryant back in the day about, stuff in a hotel room and this and that, and like everybody started getting on Kobe Bryant and like, oh, I don't want to watch him play basketball. He's not this, he's not that. He's still a good basketball player. He still was dunking on people. He still went out there and put up like 70 on people, this and that. So the point is this: sometimes whatever you do outside of your sport or outside the realm, they take that in effect and they try to let that judge your actual skills that you like them on. It never affected them in the basketball ring at all. Same thing with John Jones when it comes down to it, man. He does some things that I don't co-sign. Has some stuff, domestic abuse charges with his wife. Has some drug charges and stuff. But I don't judge people. People do what they do. What I do judge them on is what they do in the goddamn cage, though, and that's what I'm here to do. So, man, when it comes down to it, man, John Jones is one of the best out there. Been fighting since 2006 in the UFC. I mean, I'm talking about a guy who won the UFC light heavyweight title championship, being one of the youngest guys to do it, and beating one of the other younger guys who was the guy who was beating everybody, Shogun Rua. After that, I'll be honest, man, he just launched off. Wins over Rampage Johnson. That's just one that comes to mind. Because I thought that was going to be a tough test for him. And the list goes on, man. He beat everybody, and by dominant fashion, spinning elbows, flying knees. His tall physique. We didn't see people fight like this. This was a time to where John Jones became my favorite fighter. Why? Just because the way that he fights. It was like watching Mike Tyson fight. For the people that don't never know, you probably don't remember. Well, the people nowadays, they probably see Mike Tyson at those days, but back in the day, man, it was like watching Mike Tyson fight John Jones. So that's my favorite fighter of all time. Second is TJ Dillashaw. Take it for what you want. John Jones, man, he had one of the best fights ever in the light heavyweight division against Alexander Gustafsson. It was the first fight. I remember. I usually don't order pay-per-views, but I ordered that one. And man, it was the best fight. It was hands down. It was one of the best fights I ever seen in my life, besides the JJ fight and Zhang fight, right? But I thought Gustafsson did enough to win that fight. John Jones won. He held the belt, went on. Had some good matches with DC too. I was at the last fight with DC when he knocked him out Stone Cold, and DC was crying in the ring. Won $20 for my brother. Then he got popped for steroids. Like 2 weeks later, had to give up the belt. I was able to be in that one. I was able to be in the arena when John Jones fought Gustafsson too for the rematch. Out here in Los Angeles. Boring ass fight. Getting down to it, man. It just comes down to it. I've never seen this guy lose a fight ever. Now watch this. You're never going to be able to get John Jones a minus 165, a minus 180 ever again if he wins against Cyril Gane. Same thing I said against Islam Makhachev when he fought Charles Oliveira, a couple of events ago. He was a minus 160. He's always a minus 300 favorite, a big favorite. So, you ask me, the 3-year layoff, moving up to heavyweight, has some questions to be asked. Cyril Gane, I see some people betting on him, but I just gotta kind of think that, man, I think I said too much already, man. Go ahead, take it away, man.
Yeah, no, you're good. I do have a question. Do you think you beat Dominic Reyes?
Yes, I do,
Really?
because
Damn.
just yes, it's one of those to where, as the fight went, John Jones won 2 rounds, okay? And those 2 rounds at the end of the fight just made it to where Dominic Reyes didn't look as dominant as he did. But yeah, I got no, because I actually thought Dominic Reyes won, man. So that was the thing. Like when it happened, yes, but
Mhm.
afterwards, I'm like, hey, Jones is the champ, and to be honest, man, it's what happens. Some of these contenders, they fade in those late rounds, just fading enough to where, hey, the champion knows exactly he just has to do what he has to do to win these last 2 rounds, and it's probably gonna go in his favor as long as he doesn't get big KO'd or dropped or anything like that. But so yeah, I thought yeah, man. All right, fuck it. Those were the 2 fights I thought John Jones lost, man.
Mhm.
Gustafsson and Reyes was the two fights that I thought John Jones lost. But I hear me out on this. Out of all the people in the division, there was one person in that division I thought that would ever be able to beat John Jones, and that was Alexander Rakic. Would never be able to see that now. He broke his leg. He's not in the division no more. But that was the one guy that I did think that was going to be able to give John Jones a hard problem. And I was believing in Dominic Reyes too, because I seen that guy fight from LFA too. So those were the people in that division I thought that would give him a tough test. But
Yeah. No, I feel you. I mean, if you're gonna take John Jones's belt, talking about the Dominic Reyes fight, if you're gonna take John Jones' belt and basically give him his first loss ever, you gotta win it pretty convincingly. I thought Dominic Reyes won, but at the same time, it was a very close fight, so I wasn't mad at it. I was hoping John would win. But yeah, let me get into this fight here. I mean, John Jones, I can't go against him. I'm a big John Jones fan as well. I mean, we saw Francis Ngannou out wrestle Cyril Gane, and that's Francis Ngannou. Imagine what John Jones is going to do. I think if he keeps this fight standing, it's going to be extremely close. I think that's not a good idea for John Jones. Cyril Gane, we all know he's super technical, good footwork. I think he is going to be able to, match John Jones on the feet. But I think if this fight hits the ground, it's going to be extremely dangerous for Cyril Gane. I think John Jones, he was saying that, Cyril Gane trains at a pretty gym and shit like that, and John Jones trains in
Right.
Jackson Week and Albuquerque in the trenches. I felt that. One thing I did see, Chael Sonnen tweet this. I mean, Chael Sonnen is kind of a troll, but in the embeddeds, John Jones, he was only training in the pool. Does that is that like a low impact thing? He
So
maybe
so 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 let me clear that up. I seen that too.
yeah.
Chael Sonnen's my dude. I got an interview out of him. Hit like 1K views and stuff like that. Check it out, y'all. MMA locker room out there. But yeah, so look, what he was getting at is a recovery stage, and it was really just it's just recovery, and it was only on 2 episodes, so it wasn't like he was training in it. So for one thing, I know when you're on embedded, you're the week before the fight. You're really not training at all. You're all in recovery mode. You're not training at all. You're already just going through recovery mode and stuff. So I think it was just that, like he was in the pool swimming a couple of times, but I'll be honest, man, the pool ain't the shit we got to worry about. So watch this, bruh. This dude's training partners is bums, bro. So hear me out on
Maurice
this.
Green.
Watch this. Watch this. He was like, "Oh yeah, man, my training partners, man. I train with none but killers, man. Maurice Green." But watch this. This was the part, Brad, and y'all better laugh at this shit because this shit's funny. Maurice Green. Oh man, that guy. He never missed a practice in 3 years. What? He never missed a practice? Bro, he's a bum. Who cares that he never missed a practice? Like, you over here bigging up Maurice Green, and then the accolade is he never missed a practice? What the fuck? Okay, cool. Let's go on. Yogan De Castro. Who? Oh, he's a tank. Bro, is he even in the UFC anymore? I don't even think
I don't
so.
even know.
Oh, Walt Harris. He has some of the quickest hit. When was the last time my man Walt Harris had a win in the UFC, man? Come on now, bruh.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the three people that you're training with. But yeah, so that was the part to me where I'm just like, oh, bro, whoa, forget the pool. You just need to be like Maurice Green, bro. What? Hey, yo, getting the cat. All right. So I mean, but this is the thing though that I like. Ever since all those charges happened, he can't be in his gym no more, Jackson Wink. So he's been kind of going around to different gyms, different camps, and mixing it up a little bit. And I mean, he's just a student of the game, a smart guy who knows how to analyze and how to make adjustments as the round goes. So, man, I think he's gonna be playing it round by round. Cool, this is happening. All right, I'm gonna do this now. He's gonna adjust on the fly. And I'm gonna go ahead and say round three at the end. I think he finishes them in round three. I don't know how, but F it. I'll just go ahead and say sub.
Okay, gotcha. Round three sub is that plus 3,300 right now. That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad.
Mm.
Yeah, and I got John Jones via sub as well. When I wrote this down, it was at plus 700. I don't know what it is now, but I think John Jones is able to get this fight to the ground, and I just don't think Cyril Gane's ready for that grappling there. So give me John. That'll do it for this card. Let's get into our parlay, our dog, our best bet. You want to start us off with a dog here?
Yeah, man, I'll go ahead and give you guys a dog. I already gave you one I like as a premium out, so I'll go ahead and see what else I like on there as a dog. I would say,
Oh yeah,
nah,
Jalen
man,
Turner was your other dog, right?
yeah, that's what I'm gonna just keep it with that.
Okay.
Best card on the dog is gonna be Jalen Turner. Like I said, man, he finished his last five opponents out there. He has multiple ways to win right here, and we're just gonna go ahead and keep it rolling, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with I said in the beginning of the show, but I'm gonna go with Trevin Jones here. I just can't trust Cody Garbrandt. I think a fun fight is gonna be Julian Marquez versus Marc Andre Barriault. I mean, these odds are very close. I think this fight's gonna end in a sleeper. I'm kind of leaning Julian Marquez here. Should be an interesting fight. But yeah, those are a couple dogs I like. You want to roll into a parlay real quick? You got
Yes, sir,
something?
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a two-fighter parlay right here. Seen both these guys fight, live in person. So I'm gonna call it my South Africa parlay, and I'm going with both of these guys. They breathe African air. They're African fighters. So Cameron Simon and Just Get Duplessis, you put them two together. It's a plus 105 out there. Two training partners, that train together too. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lay that one out for you guys. But let me go ahead and give you guys one other one too that I really do like a lot. It's my girl Baby Shark Tabitha Ricci. Okay, money's coming in on her now. I got her when she was like a minus 260 in a parlay. Now she's all the way up at a minus 350. But I'm gonna go ahead and just do what I like to call women's delight. So I'm gonna go ahead and take her. I'm a parlay her with Valentina. Then I'm gonna put her with Viviana Araujo. You put those three women right there. That's a little plus 172 parlay. So yeah, Tabitha Ricci, Shevchenko, and Viviana Araujo.
Sounds good. We got Eric Estes here with the parlay. He likes Trevin Jones KO round one or round two, and then Bo Nickel to win in round one. Parlay I got here. This is like a long shot lottery, like a real lottery one here, but I got it locked in. I got John Jones to win by submission, Valentino to win by KO, Bo Nickel to win by submission, and Tabitha Ricci to win by decision. I got 30 on that to pay out 1,500. So if you want to ride with
Yeah.
me, let's get it. It's a lottery ticket, so I'm gonna roll with
No,
that.
and
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I like it too because it's all ways to where if they win, they should win that way. So
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had another question. So we have these big favorites here. I know this isn't smart when it comes to betting, but I looked it up. Like if you did a Bo Nickel parlay, a Shavkat parlay, a Valentina Shevchenko parlay, and Ian Gary parlay, it's like a minus 150. How do you feel about that? I mean, those are the four biggest favorites. Do you think they all clear?
You're talking to a guy who has that parlay, Brad.
Oh, you got
You're
that
talking to
parlay?
a guy who I got that parlay that way
Okay.
and about two other ways. So yeah, man, I just let it out. Like I said, like 2 weeks ago, had all these lines. I had Ian Gary. Had Ian Gary was like a minus 600. I had Shavkat minus 500. I had Shevchenko minus 650. And then Bo Nickel, I threw him in at minus 1800. All right. And then I did the same thing. I did Shevchenko. I did Shevchenko. I did Rakhmanovic, and I did Gary minus 145. So I'm a big Aaron Gary fan too. So yes, like I said, I'm not here to say, oh, don't do this, don't play this. Nah, man, just get you some wins. And these are certain fighters to where hell no, man. Uh, Chalk City like a decent price tag, a minus 140, that's what I look at. To where it's like, all right, would I rather just pay minus 140 on a single bet, or would I rather get a big old parlay that I'm pretty confident is going to hit at a minus 140 and just play it as a single play too? So yeah, man, like this is the card to where those three or four big favorites are all warranted for it. So go ahead, parlay them. Go ahead, parlay 'em, man. And like I said, the only thing that you're gonna have to really worry about is the Jeff Neal side to me. And when you get there, that's on the main event. That's on the main card. So you have plenty of ways to say, "Oh, damn, man, I'm about to win $500 if Shavkat win." Or else, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit on Jeff Neal and hedge your bet a little bit to where no matter what, you're walking out with a profit. So yeah, man. I think all of those are warranted. I think all of them are warranted. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So I
Yeah.
like it, Brad. I like it.
Oh yeah, that's what I like to hear. Awesome guys. Well, I mean that's it for the show here. You got any last words for the people, Mills?
Yeah, man. How many people we got in the chat right now, Brad?
We got 57 people on the live. Eric S is live in the chat.
So
We
I need all the 57.
Mhm.
I need all the 57 of y'all right now to please, man. Just hit that like for us and subscribe, man. We're doing this MMA show for you guys. We're just putting it together too. So this has probably been the best turnout that we have on this Saturday morning. So, hey, we appreciate it too if you guys can leave some comments afterwards too. If you guys want to follow us on our social media, I'm at MMA Locker Room on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Do a lot of fighter interviews. I interview UFC fighters. I go to the Bellator media events. I do the PFL media events, so kind of a guy out there. Got a nice interview that I just did with SD Dumas, who fights next week. 7-0 top prospect. A lot of controversy around him too. So yeah, man, Brad, what can they catch you at when you ain't on Pick Dogs?
Yes, sir. Brad wins bets on everything: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Check that out. I drop free picks on there, here and there. So check that out. Of course, like Mill said, drop a like. If you're new to Pick Dog, subscribe. I mean, no one draws more free picks in the Pick Dogs crew, so this is the place to be at. And yeah, that'll do it. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.